Merry Christmas, all you fantasy freaks. What's up? It's your boys, Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander, FSWA Hall of Famer. He goes by Santa Doc. I go by Kamla Claus, and we're here, Doc, to deliver the fantasy goodies to the people, and we will do so over the next hour or so.
Yeah, man. Check it out. ESPN made this ornament of me, and I think it's incredible. Yeah, not really. It is a
Put that up there one more time. Put that up there
it's
one
a
more time.
Sports Center Santa Claus ornament. So it is an ESPN thing, but they didn't make this for me. I think it's a Hallmark deal. Anyway, it's on my desk. My wife put it there. That's all I got.
I understand, dude. I understand.
Merry
Now, can you grow a beard?
Kinda. Yeah.
Wait, does it connect right in here, Doc?
Well, it's right there. Right there is the dead spot. Dead zone right there.
I also am facial hair challenged, and I can't grow a beard. I can get the taco meat on the cheeks. I can do the goatee and all that kind of stuff. But the taco meat, no, I can't do the full beard, man.
Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try to grow a beard. I don't know if I can or not.
I don't know.
I always just have some gruff down here.
I'm trying to keep it nice and clean for the ladies down here in Florida, man. All right, let's move on. Before we break down Monday night slate in the NBA, folks, and we're going to take you through all these games. It was a spicy Monday night. I want to alert you to the fact that we have previously recorded a Christmas episode where we look ahead to the Wednesday Christmas Day games and also the Thursday night games, okay, in that same episode. So we've got you covered here Christmas week as best we can here at Fantasy NBA Today, Ethos After Dark. So be on the lookout for that at Sports Ethos Fantasy Basketball, our YouTube channel, and it will be tweeting out about it and stuff like that. Want to tell you about our great sponsors, Bet Online. They continue to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting, from the earliest odds to in-game live betting, which is so fun. Like, you could be on the couch with like in-laws and board off your ass and like get a vibe on a game. Oh, this team's trucking this team in any sport. Ride the vibe, okay, and monetize it. All right, you're gonna be like there. You're gonna be like with Aunt Milford or whatever, and be like, "Yes, let's go." And she's gonna be like, "Dude, what is wrong with you?" Be like, I just want some money, right? Do it, all right? They got live betting for you. They got the largest selection of odds. That's right, Aunt Mildred. And everything from pro and college football, pro and college basketball, NHL, and UFC. Head to Bet Online today. Get your fist pump on. And don't forget to use promo code BLEAV, BLEAV, for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, the game starts here. Dr. A, who's your magic man of the night for this raucous Monday night in the NBA?
Well, I really wanted to go with a certain San Antonio Spur because it's just so stupid. But I didn't. I'm going to go with Ivica Zubac, the only Clipper not on my 30-deep team. 10 of 18 shots, 20 points, 20 rebounds, 3 steals and a block in a big win at Memphis. Big Zoo, it's his second 2020 of his career. And, Clippers are quietly 17 and 13. Like, they're pretty good, man. And Norm Powell balling. But shout out to Zubac, 20 and 20. You don't see that every day.
No, you don't. That's interesting, Doc. I am going to go Victor. And I understand it's low-hanging fruit, but my God, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 blocks, 6 threes. Doc, there's no way that anybody in the history of the NBA has ever gone 8 blocks and 6 threes in a game. I don't need Elias Sports Bureau. I don't need Stat Muse. And I love Stat Muse. I love Wemby Muse. It's a great follow on Twitter. There has to be a stat out about that. 26, 9, and 4, yeah, okay. And with the 8 blocks, yeah, okay, that's probably been done. 26, 9, and 4 with the 6 threes, yeah, that's definitely been done before. It's not even about the 26, 9, and 4. Has anybody ever, before tonight, gone 8 blocks and 6 threes in a game? I'm going to bet a healthy amount of money that that's never happened before. That's Magic Man stuff. And I know they lost the game, because Tyrese Maxey took over and flirted with a triple-double, and he is such a freaking stud. 32, 10, and 8, 3 steals and 5 threes. But Victor Wembanyama is my magic man of the night, Doc.
I'm about ready to blow your mind. My buddy Ryan Mulvey, who I do his radio show on ESPN Northeast Florida every Tuesday. I'll be doing it tomorrow at, I don't know, 12:20 is when I go on. Victor Wembanyama is officially faster to 200 3-pointers than Steph Curry.
Shut up. Are you serious?
And James Harden. And Ray Allen. That's
a great stat.
The top 3 in 3-pointers in NBA history. Wemby is there faster than all 3 of those dudes. You want to hear what else? I got more stuff. Victor Wembanyama has more blocks than Shaquille O'Neal had through 94 games. Mic drop. I'm done.
You got to be kidding me. Yeah. So Wemby Muse has his stat line tonight. They say 1 of 1, but I don't know if that's sort of like commentary or editorial or I don't see anything yet about the stat. I'm telling you right now. Okay, I'm telling Doc. Would you put money on what I'm saying? That nobody ever has had 8 blocks and 6 threes in the same game before. Would you also bet a healthy amount of money on that?
I would not bet my house, but I would bet. I would say that.
Would you put a stack on it?
100 or 1,000?
$1,000.
Yeah, probably. Maybe not at Christmas. Uh-oh.
What?
AI. The international man of mystery.
Andre Lemuch is saying apparently Brooke Lopez did it in February of 2017. Oh my gosh.
You lost your house, bro.
All right. I wasn't going to put the house on it. He said I'm double checking, but we'll see. We'll see.
Dude, is that thing about Steph Curry and James Harden and Ray Allen and Victor Wembanyama not mind-blowing?
Dude, like I said, that's a great stat.
I can't even wrap my head around it.
No, that's a great stat, dude. Dude, if Brolo went 8 blocks and 6 threes in a game, like I'll gain even more respect for Brolo, dude. And I already love Brolo. And Andre says he did do that while he was playing for the Brooklyn Nets. Against the Bucks. How about that, man?
I would have guessed
that. Might have been the New Jersey Nets, Andre. I'm sure AI, aka AL, Andre Lemuch will have that too. Was it the New Jersey or Brooklyn vintage of 17. The Nets? He says the Brooklyn vintage. Okay.
I think that might have been their first year.
I love it. Andre, dude, he is literally the best fact checker in the business. I've worked with a lot of producers who fact checking is a part of your job as a producer. This guy is the best I've ever worked with at being just right there with the fact checking, top notch. All right, Cam and Doctor, let's move on to the games, Doc. Boston at Orlando, and the Celtics got cute with load management, maybe with Jason Tatum missing this game tonight with an illness. Was it an actual illness? Did he have the sniffles like me right now? Could he actually have played through it? Because I'm playing through a sniffles thing right now, Doc, okay? I'm kidding, of course, but like, you know, like if it were a bigger game, would Tatum have played? But I mean, you also have all the guys out for Orlando, right? I wonder if Boston was like, we got this, the walk in the park, no Mo Wagner, no Franz Wagner, no Paolo Banchero. Maybe they thought Suggs wasn't going to come back, but Suggs actually played. What looked like a more significant injury, he missed 1 freaking game. Oh, piece of Jalen Suggs, that's my guy. Trevelin Queen had a big game 17 with some goodies. And Doc, Orlando won again. Dude, they are leading the NBA in doing more with less. They keep losing guys, yet they keep winning games. And I promise you that everybody had Boston tonight, even without Tatum. Fading Orlando. Be careful with that, guys. Their program has almost become stronger than the sum of its parts right now.
And they were like that last year too. They were not injured like they are this year. But they were good last year. Like they're so sneaky, quiet, good. Like Orlando's 19-12 without Paulo Banchero. Franz Wagner's got the same oblique injury. He's been out for a minute. They just keep winning games. And poor Mo Wagner, man. Season-ending ACL, like sucks. But hello, Trevelyan Queen, I guess. Must-add player, right?
Andre was saying something about an ankle, but I did some investigating online. I did not see anything about a Trevelyan Queen ankle injury. So I'm a little bit in the weeds on that. If Trevelyan Queen does not have an injury, he's a must-add pickup. If Trevelyan Queen somehow picked up an injury tonight, and I'm doing one more search here, Doc. I'm seeing strong showing, first career start, blah, blah, blah. I'm not seeing anything. I'm looking at a Twitter feed right now.
That
I'm
was
just
Drew
not.
Smith. That was Drew Smith, he said. Not Trevelyan Queen.
Oh, Drew Smith. Okay. Well, that sucks. I have Drew Smith in my 30 deep lineup this week. How about me picking up Drew Smith in 30 deep, Doc? Have you seen the steal numbers from that guy?
No. I have not.
You're killing me, bro.
To?
You're killing me, bro. Look, Drew Smith is under the radar, as we have proven here. And now he's hurt, so screw it. Let's move on. All right. I want to give a shout out to Jaylen Brown.
You got to talk about Tristan Da Silva for at least like.
You talk about he's your guy. I know he had a good game tonight here, Doc. The floor is yours.
He led the team in minutes. Him and Trevelyan Queen. If those guys stay injured, they're gonna play. And Tristan Da Silva, like I love him in DFS. He's cheap. He's dirt cheap, and he balls. Yeah, a bunch of threes, a bunch of points. He doesn't get steals and blocks. Trevelyan Queen is more of a goodies guy. Tristan Da Silva is more of a points league freak. So that's all I got. Give your shout out to Jaylen Brown.
I'm so happy that Trevelyan Queen is good to go. I'm going to be picking him up all over the place. Just a shout out to Jaylen Brown. Tatum is out, and Jaylen Brown said, "You don't think I'm that guy? Oh, I'm going to show you I'm that guy." I've said for years, Jaylen Brown is a 50-win Batman in this league. I don't know if he's a champion. Probably not, but he's a 50-win Batman. That guy's a number one on you're winning 50 games. I freaking love Jaylen Brown, okay? Like I said earlier in our previous show, Brunson and Wemby are my favorite players. Let's add Jaylen Brown to that list as well. Those are my three favorite players. He went 35, 9, and 4 with, I don't have it written down. It was 3 of either steals or threes. But I love me some Jaylen Brown, and he went off tonight, even in a loss. Utah at Cleveland tonight, Doc. I just want to give you guys a statistic. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 26-4. Just let that bing around your brain a little bit. The Cavaliers are 26-4. That's unbelievable. Tonight, they had 4 players with 20-plus points. Jared Allen was not one of them. Max Strus just came back. I know Isaac Okoro went out. Dude, look, and I understand that Boston and New York, and they're the mainstays in the Rocks, but Doc, I know a conference finals look of a team when I see it, and I see a conference finals team when I watch the Cleveland Cavaliers, dude. They're blowing doors on teams. They're super deep, from a Ty Jerome to a George Niang to a Dean Wade to a Karis LeVert. They just got dudes, man. They got waves off their bench. I like, what's the kid's name? The backup point guard, Craig Porter Jr. He's a stud, laying in the weeds. Sam Merrill had a 20-point game tonight in the starting 5. This Cleveland team is legit, bro.
But Boston, but the mighty Boston Celtics, who would not have won a championship last year if it wasn't for Anthony Edwards knocking out the Utah Jazz, or the Denver Nuggets, I think. But whatever. They're good, man. They killed me tonight, though, dude. I had Cleveland minus 14 in a 4-game parlay. The other 3 hit. They won by 11. Oh, I needed that. Santa Doc needed that.
I mean, that's one bucket. That hurts. That's one hoop away from a 4-team parlay.
We needed Stan and Doc needed that to pay for Christmas. So I guess I'm gonna be homeless now.
Back to the drawing board. Well, Doc is obviously, he's being sarcastically sinister right here. He will have a roof over his head in snowy, blustery, and probably at this point pretty frigid Dahlonega, Georgia.
Beautiful downtown Dahlonega, the #1 Christmas town destination for every human being who lives in the South, dude. You would not believe how many people are in this town right now. It's stupid.
Are you serious right now?
Dude, our square, Dahlonega Square Gold Museum Courthouse is the #1 visited state park in all of Georgia. And we are a Christmas town that's been written up in Southern Living. We've been written up in like all the magazines.
Well, there you go.
There's lights everywhere. Santa's down there. There's 1,000 people walking around the square.
Okay, cool.
It's nuts.
Right on. Sounds like a vibe in sunny and in JBS
chilly
Dahlonega, Georgia. My former home with Doc and Fam. My former home. A brief run in Dahlonega for your boy Cam. All right, we're breaking down Monday's slate here. Spurs at Philadelphia. Philly gets the win here tonight, and the point I want to make here, Doc, a couple. Devin Vassell is getting there. 15-5, 2 assists, a block, and a 3. Not great, okay, but he played like 34 minutes. He started like he's getting there, okay? I feel like we're about to get like a 31, 5 and 6 with like some monster goodies here. He's getting there. But this is to play with you a little bit, Doc. Gershon Yabusele is to Joel Embiid what Bobby Portis is to Giannis Antetokounmpo, because Portis went off again tonight. We'll get to that game in a minute. But when Embiid is out or off the floor, Yabu comes in tonight, 17, 4 and 2. He had a block. He had 4 steals. He had 3 threes. He had 8 fantasy gold goodies for us, man. But when Joel Embiid is healthy and playing, 33 minutes, then Yabu is going to be a guy that you want to leave on the waiver wire. But Yabu is to Embiid what Portis is to Giannis, Doc.
Yeah, I like Yabu. I'm going to go with Yabu from now on.
There you go.
I like that better than Dancy Bear. I like that better than his whole name. Yabu is solid when Joel Embiid's out. And then, Andre Drummond either got ejected or hurt. Maybe both. I'm not even sure. And that just opened the door for Yabu to go off. So anytime Embiid or Drummond are out, you want to roll with Yabu.
I saw that that Drummond was initially thrown out of the game, but then they reviewed it or something like that, and he was able to stay in the game.
Oh,
I think they determined that a player flopped. Yeah, Wemby flopped.
Toe injury.
Wemby flopped. Drummond freaked out, and then he got reinstated because I think they determined that Wemby had a flop on the play.
They said that Wemby,
and Andre's saying he was ejected.
Maybe there's a rule that you can only flop and get one center ejected per game, because he flopped and got Joel Embiid gonzo, and then he did it to Andre Drummond too.
I don't know. I thought I don't think Wemby flopped on Embiid. I thought Joel Embiid like rushed him like a bull. Like the matador in the middle of the ring with the red little flag or whatever, and the bull like charges at him. That's what I felt like Joel Embiid was. He was like Giannis, right? Like Hulk smash, and Wemby like caved in and fell down. I didn't feel like that was flopping. I thought that was an offensive foul on Joel Embiid.
The Wemby flop was against Drummond.
Correct.
The Joel Embiid play with Wemby, everybody on Twitter's like, well, dude, his feet were moving. That was a block. It wasn't a charge. Flop was the wrong word there. But whatever. Embiid ran through him.
What do they block or charge? Like, I understand your feet are moving and all that kind of stuff, but as an offensive player, you can't just go battering ram on the defensive player. Like, And it's touchy. Like it could go either way, right? Because Wemby was not in a legal guarding position, but Joel Embiid just literally, dude, how many times you hear Joel Embiid out of control, offensive foul, we're going the other way. He was clearly out of control on that play.
Okay, look, my last point on this game is, can we please bench Harry Barnes once and for all and let Keldon Johnson or Julian Champagny or Charles Bassett or Stephon Castle or Zach Collins or someone come in and play?
No.
Harry B has his fantasy expiration date passed about a year and a half ago.
I mean, he doesn't block, he doesn't steal, he threes on occasional nights, okay? He's just in the way. And Harry B, it's nothing personal, it's just fantasy business. If he happens to be watching this, we're not mad at you as a dude. You're just in the way of these other guys we want to see get some playing time. Andre Lamouche is helping us out here. Drummond left the game with a toe contusion. He was not ejected from the game. Houston at Charlotte, and a victory for Houston here tonight. Couple points I want to make. Jabari Smith went 21-11 with 2 assists tonight. Over the last 2 weeks coming into tonight's game, he was at 15 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, over 2 threes per game. So Jabari Smith now is a consistent every night guy, at least over the last couple of weeks. And then, Doc, people need to really think about adding Cam Whitmore right now. 17 points, 2 steals, 3 threes here on Monday night. Dylan Brooks' health, Tari Eason's health are definitely pivot points here, but as we're in this period where we don't know about those guys in advance of Thursday night's game, I think, like, if you only have 4 pickups this week, right, in Yahoo leagues, all right, maybe you don't pull the trigger on a Cam Whitmore pickup yet. But if you're in a league with 7 or 8 pickups, like for this weekly period, I think you should just go ahead and throw the dart on Cam Whitmore and hope for the best.
Back to the last point you were making. Just like you just gambled your house on that 8-block 6-3 stat and lost, and now you're basically homeless. I am going to bet my house on the fact that Harry B is not watching this. I mean,
it's a very good point. It's
Maybe
a very good point.
is.
But, you know, if we crush them too hard, then they'll clip it. It will go viral, and then the whole world will hear us crushing Harry B. And, you know how that
would
goes.
Actually be amazing.
Or maybe not.
That would be amazing. Somebody cut this. Send it to Harry.
Again, we're not mad at you as a person. We just want other guys to get playing time.
I call him Harry B affectionately. Cam Whitmore, I'm not really sold on, man. I need to see more. Amen Thompson, on the other hand, yes, let's go. Let him play. I never really understood the Dylan Brooks thing, but I can't really argue with it. Dylan Brooks is one of those guys, if he's on your team, you love him. If he's not on your team, you want to kill him. And the Rockets are 20-9, and Dylan Brooks is a part of that. He's part of the reason why. So, but I love him. I love Amen Thompson, man. I saw Dylan Brooks and Tari Eason were out. Like, give me Amen.
I mean, Dylan Brooks was on the all-defensive team last year, and it's not just reputation-based. I mean, that guy can really defend. He's an agitator. He's an instigator. I'm a big fan. All right, Doc, we had a reunion bowl between the Raptors and the Knicks, and shout out to OG Anunoby, Doc. He gave a nice run at Magic Man status for me. Had one of the all-time reunion games, okay? And you're like, wow, that's pretty hyperbolic. He shot 13 of 15 from the field. That's ridiculous. That's sublime. That's blindfolded, and he's still doing things. 31, 7, and 4, a steal and 4 threes. And then you had RJ Barrett against his former team, Doc, going 23, 6, and 6. And question, is Emmanuel Quickley just okay collecting checks? Like, is he going to play ball at all this year? Like, this Emmanuel Quickley thing is out of hand, bro.
I don't know. I kind of forgot about him, honestly. The Raptors have 7 wins on the season. 7-23. They've won 1 road game. 1. That is unacceptable because Scotty Barnes is a baller. RJ Barrett's having a good year. Agbaji is a pretty good player most nights,
Not tonight.
Grady Dick, serviceable. My boy Chris Boucher, 16 points, 3 steals, and a block, and 4 triples. He lives. He's still here. Chris Boucher. I would take 100 Chris Bouchers. That doesn't make sense. I would take Chris Boucher over Harry Barnes every time. 60% of the time.
Wow, it went from 100 to 60 real quick.
Well, I would take him 100% of the time, 60% of the time. It was an anchor man.
Oh, I get you.
Poor joke. It was a bad joke.
Nah, I think I was just slow on the receival there. I think you pulled it off well. He is Santa Doc. I'm Kamla Claus. We are Fantasy NBA Today, Ethos After Dark. He is in the FSWA Hall of Fame. And before we move on to the next game, we just want to say thank you, a big, big thank you for all of your support. We love you all. There is no show without you guys, okay? There's no game without fans in the stands. There's no podcast here without you guys. We really appreciate you watching and telling all your friends about us. Head over to sportsethos.com. Please subscribe. That helps us out a lot. And don't forget to download our free app for more great content. And we've got continuous streaming blurbs going out there on the app, which are going to be very helpful for you in fantasy leagues. Minnesota at Atlanta. Trae Young went off. Jalen Johnson went off. Okay, like a lot of sort of typical stuff. A couple things. Well, I just want to shout out Larry Nance, Doc. If you look at this box score and you see Jalen and you see Trae and you see Garrison Matthews, and if you watch the game, you saw Garrison Matthews. He was the difference in the game. 7 3 balls. And then on the Minnesota side, you have some guys with some decent lines and stuff like that. Larry Nance is going to get lost in the shuffle of that box score in that game. Larry, and we told you last week, pick up Larry Nance Jr. Okongwu is out. Nance is going to play 20 to 24 minutes as he and Capella basically split the game at center. He had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals, 2 threes. Again, 3 blocks, 2 steals, 2 threes. 7 fantasy gold numbers in like 20 minutes, okay? This is a vintage Larry Nance Jr. line, just finding a way to impact and get in where he fits in. And so I wanted to make that point. And again, just an alert here, guys, go to Sports Ethos, and you can read my article, Buy Low and Sell High. I've got Ant-Man as a buy low player. And again, his value sunk even a little bit lower here tonight on Monday. 7 of 20 had only 16 points. Guys, strike while the iron is cold with Anthony Edwards and make an offer to go get him. Like, Doc, I would offer LaMelo Ball to get into Anthony Edwards.
I was just going to ask you, would you trade LaMelo Ball to get Anthony Edwards?
I would. I would trade Devin Booker to get Anthony Edwards. Would I trade Donovan Mitchell? I love me some Donovan Mitchell, man. The threes and the steals. I would sleep on that one. I might offer Donovan Mitchell 1-for-1 for Anthony Edwards, because coming into the year, I would have much rather had Anthony Edwards than Donovan Mitchell. So how far off is it, right? But I'd be making, obviously, you got to go strong. You got to offer up a big boy to go get Anthony Edwards.
Would you trade Trae Young?
Yeah, I'd rather have Anthony Edwards for the rest of the year.
Wow.
I would.
Wow.
I would.
Okay.
Trae's not scoring like I thought he was going to score, Doc, right? I thought he'd be like 29 and 10 and stuff like that. And he's at like 20 a game. You know what I mean? And I think Edwards could, like, dude, he may just hit like a 30. Like you said, he may have to just completely say, all right, screw y'all. I just have to do this myself. And I'm totally encouraging him to do that. Go Kobe on this biatch, okay? Just do it.
If you all didn't see my rant, well, no. Yes, look for my rant in tomorrow's episode about my wife in the kitchen balling out and our guy Ant-Man. Rick, can I just give a quick shout out to Dyson Daniels?
Yes.
10 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 8 more steals. He's the league leader. Like every high steals game this season, like 1 to 6 is him. He had 8, he had 7, he had 6, he had 6, he had 6, he had 5. Dude is a steals machine. Not only that, but he had 2 blocks, only 2 turnovers, and hit a 3-pointer. Like, he literally did everything. I love that kid so much. Soren wants a Dyson Daniels jersey for Christmas, and Santa Docs only got one more day to make that happen. So I may be busy tomorrow.
What do you have to drive into Atlanta and get that at this point? Like, it's get late. I don't know if Amazon's gonna, or like Fanatics is gonna be able to turn that around for you that quickly.
No, they can't. They can't do it in 8 hours. I think I can go. There's a store at the North Georgia Outlet Mall that I may go hit up tomorrow. See if they got some Dyson in there.
Well, I hope so. Hope you can hook up your son, man. Dyson Daniels. He's been like the best 3 guy. I mean,
fantasy player of the year based on where he was drafted.
Dude, like you probably got to go back to like Alvin Robertson, like for the steal category, because Alvin Robertson did like nutty things with steals. Allen Iverson was a nutty steal player. Muggsy Bogues stands out as a really good steal player. Gary Payton stands out as a really good steal player.
Eddie Jones.
Eddie Jones was a good steal player, but like, this is madness what we're seeing from Dyson Daniels. This is about as good as I've ever seen, for real.
Gerald Wallace.
Good call. Gerald Wallace once upon a time went 2 blocks and 2 steals for a season.
Every game. I tell you what, Dyson Daniels, what he is doing is incredible. Like, everybody knows Dyson Daniels is going to steal the ball, right? You know that coming in. And then he gets 8 steals on you. Come on, Ja Morant. How many turnovers did Ja have? Or not Ja Morant. My bad. Mike Conley. Mike Conley only had 1 turnover. Julius Randle had 8, and Anthony Edwards had 5 turnovers. So that's where all those steals came from. Thank you, Julius Randle.
Mike Conley's a bench player right now. Mike Conley is Kyle Lowry right now.
No, he is. But he was fine tonight. He didn't do anything wrong. He actually had a good game. 3 steals, 11 points, 3 triples.
The previous 2 games, he had like 2 field goals made. I just, it's so like weird night tonight with Conley. His shooting percentages have fallen off the table this year. I look at, I really look at him as a bench player. Like, the Wolves are starting a bench player in Mike Conley. And I think that's really disadvantageous for them. So
Andre's given us stats. Don Boozy had the greatest steal season of all time in 1975-76.
I've never heard of that dude.
Don Boozy, man. I even know how to say his name.
I've never heard you. Don Buse? I don't know. Like Buse? Never heard of him before. He said number 2, Alvin Robertson at 3.67 steals in 85-86. I lived that one. Dyson Daniels is at 3 steals per game. He ranks 12th all time at that 3 steals per game.
He's only at 3. Dude, I feel like he's at like 6. It's always a big number. That's interesting. And I don't think, Andre, does that 3 steals a game include the 8 he got tonight? I don't know. We'll find out.
Probably not. Unless he got it from Basketball Monster. They update their stuff in real time. I got to look up this Don Boozy guy. I knew it. I freaking knew it. That's why I haven't heard of this guy. He did that in the ABA. He had 4, but see, that's Andre. He's a little trickster. He's a little trickster over there.
I didn't even think it was
ABA. It was ABA for Don Buse. Whatever his name is, 4.1 steals. And the next year, 75-76, he did it. The next year, he was with the Pacers in the NBA, and he led the NBA in steals at 3.5. So that guy was a hell of a steal guy.
He played for the Pacers. That's how I know him.
And then he played for the Suns, but that's I've never heard of that guy. And I'm not afraid to admit, but I've never heard of that guy. Don Buse, a big time steal guy.
It's Boozy.
I did not.
I'm telling you, it's Boozy. Don't disrespect Don
Boozy. Let's go with it. It's funner to say. Boozy. I got it up right here. Does it say on basketball? His nickname was Boo. Shockingly, back in the day. All right,
Creative.
we're learning things here. Let's move on to Brooklyn at Miami. I have a question for you, Doc. I have a question for my man, Dr. A. In the buy low, sell high article that I just penned, and it should be up at sportsethosfantasybasketball.com right now, Tyler Hero is in my sell high section, Doc. Tonight, 17, 12, and 9. He had a block.
Woo.
Wow, he had a block. He actually contributed defensively, and he had 2 threes. Doc, I say right now is the time to sell high with Tyler Hero because his value has never been higher than right now, ever in his career. He is very injury prone. And I am concerned, Doc, that yes, he's number one in the hierarchy right now. But what if they trade Jimmy Butler and they bring in another big time scorer? Let's say they bring in a Brandon Ingram, right? And let's say Brandon Ingram is healthy and actually giving a shit about this game and wanting to play. And he's cooking at 16, 17 shots per game and 20, 21, 22 points per game. Tyler Hero's not going to be doing what he's doing right now, which is basically 25, 5, and 5. Tyler Hero's rocking like a Kobe line, like a Wade line right now. And I don't think he can keep that up. So you tell me, are you selling high with Tyler Hero? Are you holding him or what?
I didn't hear anything you said because I still can't get over the fact that Jimmy Butler is still out with a stomach issue. Dude, I go to work every day with stomach issues. I do everything I do, I have stomach issues. Come on. I think Tyler Hero is a sell high. Absolutely. He's playing out of his head. The whole key to that, though, is making sure the person you're trading him to understands how good Tyler Hero has been. Don't get lowballed. Like he's worth a lot right now. And why does Jaime Jaquez kind of suck? Like I thought he was NBA ready and good to go and like team leader and yada yada. You know, Jimmy's never around. I thought Jaquez was going to step up, but it's been Tyler Hero and bam. I don't know.
I can answer this. It's not a Jaquez thing. It's an Eric Spoelstra thing, aka Steve Kerr thing, aka USA Basketball coaching homies thing. Steve Kerr's rotations suck, right? Everybody plays like 20-something minutes, right? Well, look, like we talked about in the broadcast where we previewed the Christmas Day and the Thursday night games. You can spin the bottle between Nikola Jovic. Alec Burks had a decent game on Monday, and you have Duncan Robinson and you have Jaime Jaquez. Okay. And if Drew Smith is healthy, then I guess you can throw him in there. He picked up an injury here tonight. So of those guys, and then Doc, you have Haywood Highsmith. We got to throw him in there, right? Okay. So these guys are all playing around 20 minutes and supposed to kind of go on hot hand with these guys in games. So it's game to game. And it's hard to really determine in advance of the game who's going to have that game. What should be happening, Doc, to me, Duncan Robinson should be playing 30 minutes a night. All right. I like Duncan Robinson. Moves well without the ball. He's a great catch and shoot 3-point shooter. And I believe Jaquez should be playing 30 minutes a game. And then all of these other guys should be getting in where they fit in. But Spo's not doing that. And I'm a big Eric Spoelstra guy, Doc, but I think Spo's other rotation this year sucks. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's different every night.
Ben Simmons had 9 assists, 2 shots. Just saying.
What else did he have, Doc?
What else? Nothing.
You keep bringing up Ben Simmons, and I keep trying to move the show along. I'd rather talk about Noah Clowney, okay? He has 10-plus points in 4 of his last 5. Started tonight. He had 19 points with 5 rebounds and 4 threes. Pick up Noah Clowney and leave Ben Simmons' ass on the bench. All right, Doc, let's move on to Milwaukee and Chicago. Doc, I know that the Bulls are a very mediocre team, but dang it, the Bucks just went into Chicago and crushed the Bulls by like 20 without Giannis Antetokounmpo and without Damian Lillard. Bobby Portis, of course, in a non-Giannis game showed up and went off. Brooke Lopez played well tonight. and Chris Middleton had like a 21-5-5. Okay. So Chris Middleton is burgeoning here. Finally. Are you starting to get a little Chris Middleton fever going on right now? Where are you at with Chris Middleton, bro? Are you as sound asleep on Chris Middleton as I am on Ben Simmons?
Yes. I'm not falling for it. I'm not doing it. He was great. 21, 5-5, a steal, 9 of 15 shooting. That's great. No Dame, no Giannis. They're coming back. Middleton's going to get hurt eventually. I'm not doing it. No, sir.
Can't go there. You can't go there. All right. If you're enjoying the show, guys, it is Fantasy NBA Today, Ethos After Dark. Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander. I am Kamla Claus. He is Santa Doc. If you're enjoying the show and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. If you're listening or tuning in live on Twitter, follow us at Ethos Fantasy NBA. And if you're listening on the podcast feed, drop us a 5-star review. Thank you very much. And happy holidays to you and yours. Washington at Oklahoma City tonight. And a couple of things. I just want to give a little tip of the cap to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What a player, man. What a freaking player. 41-9, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals, 3 threes. Threes were wild for SGA tonight. 3, 3, and 3 in the fantasy gold. Are you freaking kidding me? Ooh, SGA, come on, lead me to a championship at 30 deep, Brock. Come on, man. I will get the SGA jersey, Doc, if he leads me to the 30 deep championship. I'm already considering it. And you know what OKC jersey I like? And you know I'm down here in Florida and I'm constantly working on my tan, so I wear basketball jerseys everywhere, right? I like the black one, Doc. I don't know if it's like the city edition or what, but it's the black one with all the yellows and the oranges that is a dope jersey, dude.
I felt like you were gonna drop something heavy on me, like, hey, bro, it's like, check this out. And we're talking about jerseys and jersey colors. Like, just a couple boomers sitting around talking about getting a jersey and wearing it to the beach. Are you gonna ride your tricycle to the beach? You're gonna have your tricycle. You're gonna have your bag, your plastic bag of food and your fishing pole in your basket while you're riding that high handlebar tricycle to the beach in your SGA black jersey, just soaking in the sun and setting your body on fire.
Oh, it feels so good, Doc. It feels so good. Hey, I'll be at the beach tomorrow, as a matter of fact, on Christmas Eve.
Dyson Daniels. I got a stat from Matt Smith off of Twitter. Dyson Daniels has played 28 games. In 12 of them, he has at least 4 steals. That's sick. That's almost half his games. Anyway, moving back to where
it's crazy. Like, I can't believe the Hawks are doing better from that trade than the Pelicans are this year. That is one of the absolute anomalies of this season. Like, DeJounte hasn't been that dude, and Dyson Daniels has been way better than we all thought. And Nance Jr., now that he's playing, is rocking and rolling. Jonas Valanciunas reminded us that he's still a stud. 12 and 15 with 2 blocks and 2 steals in a start for Alex Sarr, who we hope can get healthy in time for the next game. Doc, the Clippers went into Memphis and beat the Grizzlies tonight. And the Clippers' big three did their thing. Norman Powell had a big game. James Harden flirted with a triple-double. Zubats had a 20-20. But I want to bring up a guy that I've had my eye on. And I picked him up last week and then couldn't drop him because of the 4 pickup thing in Yahoo Leagues, which I think sucks. But it actually benefited me with this because you have to be so picky and judicious with your pickups that I was like, I don't want to drop Kevin Porter Jr. And I'm glad I didn't. Tonight he went 13, 6, and 4, 2 steals, 1 3, 20 minutes. And he's got a nice little roll off the bench, okay, playing 18 minutes, playing 24 minutes. He's not goodies every single night, but he's goodies most nights. Think about this, guys. Kevin Porter Jr. right now in low minutes off the bench is doing more statistically than Terrence Mann has ever done. He's your boy, not mine. Outside of Game 6 against Utah, when he sent the Clippers to the Western Conference Finals for the first time. But I'm feeling Kevin Porter Jr. right now, Doc. I'm holding him, and in deeper leagues, I'm scooping him up, and I'm enjoying the stats, man. Chris Dunn is kind of in the way here, but I think Kevin Porter Jr. is still putting up some goodies. I'm liking it.
I think KPJ, Amir Coffey, Chris Dunn, and Derek Jones Jr. are all valid streamers on any given night. I've got Amir Coffey at 30 deep. Chris Dunn starts, puts up numbers. They're not huge numbers, but he's okay. Derek Jones Jr. can surprise you with stuff like 13 points, 2 boards, 2 steals, and a block tonight. He missed both of his threes, but he tried. Yeah, I'm good with KPJ, Kevin Porter Jr., but I also like Derek Jones, and I like Chris Dunn, and I like Amir Coffey, especially if somebody's hurt. Like, all those guys step up if one of the main guys is out.
I hear you. I'm not as much of an Amir Coffey guy. He's kind of like, he doesn't rebound or assist or block or steal. He's kind of like just a points and 3-ball guy. And I know that on nights he can give you 14 points and 3 threes and stuff like that. I'm not really feeling the Amir Coffey thing. We're breaking down Monday night slate of games here.
I need you to go on a Ja Morant rant while we're talking about this game. Are we out of time? Do we need to go? I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't know what else to say, dude. I don't know what else to say. I'm bothered by Ja Morant's frequency of missing games. I mean, I am. It's pissing me off. Like, me and Ja are not in a great way right now. I love the viral highlights. I love the vibe. He's still the Allen Iverson of today's game with the strut and the vibe and the swag and the game and all that. The Jets. But I just, it feels too good to be true, Doc. At the end of the day, it feels too good to be true. You've got the viral highlights. He does things we've never, ever seen anybody in this league do before. Okay. A smaller dude, like, there's no trampoline on the floor, but he's like trampolining over dudes like twice his size and dunking on them. I've never seen a player. Michael Jordan's the only other guy that has hang time that is comparable with Ja Morant's hang time. Ja Morant's hang time is absolutely impossible to describe. Okay. It's unreal. The only other guy, and I think Ja Morant might have more hang time than even Michael Jordan, okay? But it's just, do you love the game? Do you really, really, really do you love the game like Ant-Man? Do you love the game like Aaron Neesmith? Do you love the game like, these dogs, okay? I think we just hit it. Ja Morant's missing dog, Doc. And I think he puts off the persona that he has, dog. But does he? You know what I mean? If you got dog, you're playing through this stuff. You're like, yo, you got to steal my shoes and my jock strap to keep me off the court. And this guy continues to just accept DNPs like I accept checks. Like we all accept checks. Like you can't be that accepting of DNPs. You got to fight back. You got to try to get on the court. Was that a good rant? You wanted a rant.
Other check collectors, Bobby Bonilla, Kirk Cousins. Who's the point guard in Toronto we were talking about?
Emmanuel Quickly.
Emmanuel Quickly.
Brandon Ingram is a check collector.
Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.
Checks.
Good call.
Collecting checks. All right. Let's go. Next game. Thanks for the rant. Rick's rant.
Thanks for teeing me up.
I just realized that I had my house wagered on Andrew Wiggins to hit at least 2 3-pointers. He was 1 of 7 from downtown.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. 1 of 7? Come on. At least
major buzzkill, bro. I don't really know what to tell you about Dallas and Portland other than Luka Doncic came back and he had some of the coolest stats in NBA history for me. Wilt Chamberlain never fouled out of a game. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Okay. It does not make sense. And LeBron James' career averages, at least as of a couple of years ago, were 27, 7, and 7. And he's still around that for his career averages, right? He's never had a game with 27, 7, and 7. Like, what? He averages that, but he's never actually had that statistical combination in a game. What? I mean, unless Andre corrects me, of course.
I was going to say, is IT on this case? Because that sounds impossible, dude.
No, I definitively, as of a year or two, and like I try to look at every single box score, but like maybe he had a 27, 7, and 7 that slipped under the door with me, but I don't think he did. Okay. But LeBron's never gone 27, 7, and 7. And Luka went 27, 7, and 7 tonight. So like I saw that, it was like, you see 6, 6, 6. You get like it just like it hits you different, right? But I have nothing else to say about this game. Dallas won by 800 points against a completely lame, vulnerable, and prone Portland team who doesn't start Scoot Henderson for whatever damn reason. So what else you got on this one? Or anything?
First, I don't have much, but Portland sucks at tanking. Like, they're terrible at it. You have 9 wins.
They always end up like 5, 6, or 7 in every draft, right?
You have 9 wins, dude. Like, come on. You're worse than that. You can surely do better than that. Stop winning at home. They're 3-13 on the road. Denny Avdia, my guy, his ranking sucks, but he's putting up counting stats almost every night. And then, can we please free Donovan Clingan? I've had enough DeAndre Ayton. I've had enough Robert Williams. I don't need anymore. I'd much rather see Duop Reith and Clingan out there doing stuff. But they just don't play Clingan. Maybe it's because he's coming off the injury and they're being careful with him. Let the kid play, dude.
It's just Ayton in the way. He's a max player. Pardon me 1 second. Sorry about that. I just dropped my phone a minute ago too. Pardon the thud on my desk here. I was just verifying LeBron has never had a 27, 7, and 7 game in his entire career. He leads the NBA in minutes or whatever that stat was. It never had a 27, 7, and 7. I promise you will win money in a bar bet with somebody. You say to the drunk guy next to you, I'll bet you $20 LeBron's never had a 27, 7, and 7. That guy's like, screw you. I'll take your money. Boom, take his $20 and then buy him a beer because you're messing with the dude. Phoenix at Denver tonight, Doc. And let me pull up the box score on this one. We are Fantasy NBA today. Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander. He is Santa Doc. I am Kamla Claus. And we're wrapping up our recap of Monday night in the NBA. The Nuggets thrashed the Suns 117-90. Holy cow. This one, Westbrook, I'm because you see Gordon and Porter Jr. and Jokic, and they kind of do what they do, but my eye tends to drift to the variables, to the collapsible types. Boy, there's not a lot going on here in this Denver box score. And Westbrook had 11, 5, and 7, 2 steals. Jokic was 32 points with 7 assists. The blowout factor in this game really sapped some of the statistics. Beal and Durant each went for 23. No other Sun in double figures. This was just, frankly, a really, really terrible game. The box score did not love this game, Doc. That's for sure.
Where was Nikola Jokic tonight? You know what? He was saving.
What do you mean? I mean, he 32 and 7 in an 800-point game. 2
rebounds, 7 assists. He played 30 minutes. Dude, I don't need 32 points. I need triple doubles from that dude. I got 2 rebounds out of Jokic. Are you kidding me? No, unacceptable. I'm not taking it. He's saving it up for Christmas, dude. Like, he's like, I'm going to come out and ball out on Christmas. And there's nothing going on here. Michael Ward Jr., 10 of 12, 24 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 triples. He's like just that guy that comes in, gets it done every night, goes home with his lunch pail, sits down, turns on the news, goes to bed, and does it again the next day. He's a bad dude. I like Michael Porter.
He's having a good year, man. He's definitely having a good year. Doc, so we talked about I'm over the Ja Morant DMPs. You know who else I'm over? I'm over Jamal Murray and these DMPs, dude. As he takes a sip of something that looks like it might rhyme with deer and first word B. Dude, it's an ankle tonight, and it's just next week it'll be something else. I'm over it, dude.
My son loves Jamal Murray, and I've told the story before. He's always like, Dad, I drafted Jamal Murray. I got him in the 4th round. I'm like, why? Dude's always hurt. He sucked in the Olympics. He's like, I don't trust Jamal Murray at all. And anytime he's out, Russell Westbrook will be in my lineup. You can bank on that. And Westbrook only had 11 and 7, a couple steals, but come on, Jamal Murray. He's frustrating, dude. He's frustrating. I will never draft Jamal Murray.
So he's on the I'll never draft him again list.
For me, yeah. I just somebody else will take him before I'm ready every time.
Murray's not quite there, but he's close. Like Morant and Williamson went on the I'll never draft them again list for this year and duping me all over the place. I'm still doing well, right? Because Doc, you don't make excuses. I don't make excuses. I'm not going to get in a league. And I've got a lot of leagues with Zion and Morant, okay, in the same league. I'm not going to let, I suck. You just keep chopping wood. You keep chopping wood. Hopefully these dudes get healthy, and then my team can sprout. All right, let's talk.
Also,
Doc,
dude, I was looking at our Cam Dynasty standings today, and I was like, whoa, I dropped from like 5th to 8th. What the hell happened? And I looked back on it. I got beat 7-1 last week. And I was like, oh man, I was on vacation. I wonder if I didn't set my lineups in Fantrax. But I went through it. I set my lineups. Either the team I was playing was really hot, or LaMelo Ball missing a game or two killed me. But I'm coming back. I'm taking Ken Kreitz out this week, son.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you. You lost to Darren Wolfson, who I beat in the championship game last year, and he is legit. His team is badass, dude. So you just lost to a juggernaut. Like me and his teams, I'm telling you right now, we have the 2 best teams in this league, and I think there's a nice separation, and then it goes down to 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and all that kind of stuff. I'd say that like factually, not and objectively, not even I'm not even trying to pump it up. I mean, my team's what can I say? And his team is loaded. And we're at the top of the standings right now. But Doc is still hanging in there, man. I was rooting for you because I wanted you to knock him down a little bit to create some separation between me. I think I have a 1.5 game lead in first place in the Cam Dynasty right now. But Doc, we move on to the Indiana Pacers, your Pacers of sorts. Doc he hails from Indiana. They went into Golden State and beat the Warriors tonight, 111-105. I believe it's now 5 in a row for the Pacers. They've got the record back to 515-15. And Halliburton had a lot of help tonight. Siakam had 20 with goodies. Turner had 23 tonight. Nebhard's been playing well. He had 15. Hallie had a double-double tonight. Mathurin was in doubles. McConnell was in doubles. And, nobody really went off, but you had a lot of solid contributions, kind of like what we saw from Indiana last year, where that's why I really liked them. They were deep. They had talent. They were dangerous. And for Golden State, Stephen Curry didn't have it tonight, Doc. And we've been seeing this too much lately, frankly. Remember the Stephen Curry and Draymond Green bagel game that we talked about last week. But Curry tonight, 10 points, 2 of 13 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3. Frankly, I mean, Golden State only losing by 6 is pretty impressive with Curry having a game like that.
He did. I think he had 2 shots in the first quarter. He only hit 2 of 13 on the entire game. Like, he just wasn't even involved in the offense. It was a John Kuminga night, and we had a Buddy Hield sighting, 13 points in 16 minutes. Thanks, Steve. Brandon Podziemski, runs hot and cold like bathwater, dude. 26 minutes, 5 points. They're so annoying. Welcome back, Trace Jackson Davis. 13 points, 8 boards. He's been good in 3 games in a row. And I want to go back to Tyrese Halliburton real quick. Like, we told you that he sucked on the road and he was good at home. Well, he doesn't suck on the road anymore. If you go back and look at his road game log, it's like, since I talked about it, really, he's been good. He hit 6 of 11 shots. That was a problem on the road. He was never hitting 500%, 50%. He had 2 threes. He had a double-double with 16 points, 12 assists, and he had 2 steals and 1 turnover. Like, that is the Tyrese Halliburton we know and love, and I feel like he's back.
Keep an eye on Dennis Schroeder on Christmas Day against the Lakers, his former team. Schroeder's been muted so far, but he is in the starting lineup for Golden State. As I say that, Steve Kerr's probably going to change his starting 5 for the Christmas Day game and like bounce Schroeder to the bench. Okay, like
Nah,
I'm totally prepared for that to happen. You don't think so?
Nah, I think he's going to leave him in there. Revenge is real. Kerr knows that Schroeder would like to go light up LeBron. I think he's going to let him do it. I think it's a great call on Schroeder versus the Lakers on Christmas Day.
And he's due for a breakout game. He had 9 points and 3 assists in 30 minutes tonight. He basically sucked. He had 5 fouls. So he's kind of due for a put it all together game. Maybe it happens on Christmas Day. Keep him in mind for streamers and DFS purposes. And we have one more game to talk about here as we recap Monday night in the NBA. And it is the Detroit Pistonians at the LA Lakers. And the Pistons get the win, 117-114. My guy, Cade Cunningham, large again. Nice round numbers, 25 and 10. Jaden Ivey had 28 and 8 in his previous game, went 18, 3 and 2 here, 2 steals and 2 threes. The bench for Detroit was a factor. Holland had 10, Fontecchio had 13, and Malik Beasley had 21. Gosh dang. Dude, Malik Beasley and DeAndre Hunter of Atlanta. Dude, literally every single game, they're putting up like minimum 18. And Beasley seems like he's living in the 20s, man. But DeAndre Hunter had another solid game off the Atlanta bench tonight. These dudes are freaking killing it, man.
Make sure Beasley is not available in your league, because I don't care that he's not a steals blocks guy. He hits threes and he scores points, and he does it every game. We thought Jaden Ivey was going to be the guy. For a minute there, it was Marcus Sasser and Tim Hardaway Jr., but it's Malik Beasley's show now, and I'm here for it. Still not in on a Sarah Thompson. I just don't think he gets enough minutes to be reliable. And shout out to the freaking Pistons. They're 13 and 17. They beat the Lakers at LA. Anthony Davis played. LeBron James played. D'Angelo Russell played. 16 minutes, Rick. 16. What is that about? Max Christie gets 33 minutes. D'Angelo Russell plays 16, along with Dalton Connect. But, anytime Goliath gets beat by the Pistons, I love it.
LeBron, nice little triple-double, 28, 11, and 11. He still has not hit 27, 7, and 7 in the same game. Anthony Davis helped you all out. Some Christmas goodies for you, 19 and 10, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and a 3. The Lakers didn't get a whole lot else. They did get 17 from Max Christie. Andre Lamouche is 17 a career high for Max Christie? Legit. Like, that's not even a sarcastic question. I don't ever remember seeing Max Christie have 17 points. I've seen a lot of 8, 11, 12, 9, 10, 3, 0, stuff like that. I think JJ Redick is out of his mind starting Max Christie over Dalton Connect. I think he's out of his mind.
Andre says it is, and the IT was capitalized because he's IT.
Previously, it was 15. Let's go. So I did the stream of consciousness statistic about Wemby with the 8 blocks and the 6 threes. Okay, that had been done before by Lopez. I got that wrong. But my thought bubble created a cool historical note for all of us here. And then, boom, Max Christie. He has not a 17-point game, right? He has not. Okay. Little dub for your boy Cam here before we get out of here. Previous high was 15, but I'll tell you what, I am not excited about Max Christie. I'm not picking him up off waivers. How about you, Doc?
I mean, he's worth looking at, man. Anybody who gets 33 minutes in a close game and is in the starting lineup, I'm at least going to consider. So I need to pull up his game log. I know
I got it right here. He's gone 15, 7, 8, 5, 17. Waiver wire. His rebounds have gone 5, 2, 4, 3, 1. Waiver wire. His assists have gone 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. Waiver wire. His blocks have gone 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Waiver wire. His steals are pretty good. 1, 0, 2, 2, 2. That's waiver wire stuff to me.
But he also played 18 minutes on Saturday. So the 33 minutes tonight is not something you can take to the bank.
I'm hitting you with the Larry Brown double hand down deal. You're hitting me with all these numbers. Nah, I can't do it. We have recapped Monday night's beefy. What was that? 14 dang games on Monday night?
Woo! It was a doozy.
We have reached the conclusion.
No games on Tuesday. Day off.
Christmas Eve, bro. That's why we have 14 games to talk about right now. Guys, Sports Ethos, check it out. Me and Doc did a Christmas Day game preview and a Thursday night game preview, okay? Go check that out, all right? We've been hitting it hard here on Monday night, and we just gave you the live recap of Monday night's games. Check out my article at Sports Ethos Fantasy Basketball, buy low, sell high. Anything you want to promote here, Doc, before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I need to go wrap presents. Are
you an eggnog guy? Are you going to have some eggnog or?
I'm not a big self-promoter. I just chill. You know.
Are you an eggnog guy?
Did you hear my wife cackling in the background? She thought
I did not.
Hilarious. She thought that was hilarious. I said I'm not a self-promoter.
I did think you're definitely not a self-promoter, but you do promote articles from time to time.
She's evil. Yeah, I have a.
Your wife is not evil. She's a sweetheart. Why would you say that?
Well, sometimes she's evil. If you heard that cackling,
Casey, I got your back.
You would have been like, yeah.
You probably deserve that cackling, dude.
Maybe. Oh, I have an upcoming week ahead article, apparently. Per AI /IT.
AI equals Andre Lemouche, AL. He is our AI. And we'll be back Thursday night, guys, recapping a huge night in the NBA. Look, for Andre Lemouche, for Steve Alexander, I'm Rick Kamla. We thank you guys so much. We're nothing without y'all, all right? Have a great Merry Christmas. In whatever holiday you're celebrating here, we hope you guys are surrounded by family and friends and great food and whatever you want to drink and just balling and living your best life. This episode is brought to you by Bet Online, and we will see you again on Thursday night. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.